Hello everybody, my name is Beth, and today I'd like to talk about a theory about when Bendy and the Ink Machine takes place, but not when Henry shows up. Basically, before the 30 years, what is that time frame? Now, this is a very quick theory. I'm not even 100% sure this is going to hold water or anything, but I'd figure let's have it out here and we can have a discussion regarding it. So my theory is that the events that caused the studio to collapse, close down, and ink shenanigans to go on, we have, and that we know of, is because of the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918. This pandemic was involving the H1N1 influenza virus and was commonly called the Spanish flu. This influenza strain was pretty bad because it targeted healthy young adults and knocked them off far faster than it would normally do to old people and children. And from the photos and stuff that they have on the Wikipedia page, there is a lot of makeshift infirmaries and showing temporary wards and things like that, which would kind of explain why we have in the studio an infirmary area. The Meatley has said in one of his Q&A videos that Bendy and the Ink Machine is inspired by real events and alternate history, so it could be possible that the alternate history is actually, the influenza strain got into the ink and then Inky magic did whatever it wants. Now, 1918 does sound like a pretty far bit from when we know animation, because Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse was fantastically 1928 and stuff, but I was looking up the history of animation, and the earliest hand-drawn animation was 1908 with Phantasmagorie by Emile Cole being the first that's considered traditional handmade animation. But 1915 is when Max and Dave Fleischer invented rotoscoping, which would be used for stuff like Coco the Clown, Betty Boop, Popeye, Superman, and so on. We also have the 1919 Feline Follies by Pat Sullivan. So we do have some early animation from that time period. And in 1923, Walt Disney does have the Alice comedies, which has a live-action girl with and interacting with cartoon creatures and stuff like that. And at least according to Wikipedia, so knowledge with a grain of salt there, the influenza Spanish flu happened from January 1918 to December 1920. So it is possible that might have caused some inspiration, and it could also help explain why Joey Drew in one of his recordings is all like, with enough power and belief, you could cheat death itself. Because, if you're looking around and it's well, everybody at the studio is dropping like flies, and I really don't want to hire anybody. I should probably just try and make sure they stop dying. Because, as it says in Chapter 3, his first audio log, belief can make you rich, belief can make you powerful. Why? With enough belief, you can even cheat death itself. Now that is a beautiful and positively silly thought. And Meatley has said that the best and worst part about Joey is his unending desire to make the impossible possible. So it could be possible that Joey was well, everybody is getting sick, and everybody's getting sick. Everybody, there's this high risk of us all dying. We're not getting the shorts made. My best friend decided to ditch me because how dare he? How rude. So, you know what? I'm just going to summon the ink characters. I'm going to summon the ink. The ink shall help. Yay! The ink shall help. Or something along those lines. It possibly could also explain where Henry went. Or what happened to Henry. Because at the time of the Spanish influenza, World War I was going on as well. So Henry might have had to leave the studio because he had to go to war, which is one of the more prevalent theories on why Henry and Joey refused to talk to each other for 30 years. So that is possible that Henry had to leave to go to war. The pandemic hit the studio. Joey was like, okay, let me try and fix this. And then everybody collectively went, why Joey? Joey, why? Or it could even be a case of, more of a alternate take on the interactions between Iwerks and Walt Disney. So when Iwerks left Disney, it went sort of along the lines of, instead of the two kind of going their own ways and kind of doing their own thing, it was, Disney, you're crazy. Crazy? I'll show you crazy. And voila, Ink Demon is born. So, those are kind of the prevailing thoughts and theories in my head regarding what is going on with Bendy and the Ink Machine. At least in regards to what time period it is. What time period the studio collapsed at. Now, it's probably more than likely that the studio went down early 20s, early 40s. And satanic rituals kind of happened. Though the occult side of things was kind of more prevalent in the early 1900s, 1919s, the 1910s, early 1920s than it was, say, later 30s and 40s. So, it's extremely possible that we will never know what we will never know when everything kind of went down. We don't even know really if it's Joey's fault or if it's, Susie decided, you know what, I'm going to use the dark arts my boss has, who I've been sleeping with, who gave my role to somebody else. How dare he? I'm going to fix this. And tried to fix it, and then there was a collective, damn it, Campbell. So, there is that. I'd love to hear what you guys think, whether you think that it's possible that the reason why the studio went down was because of an alternate history take on the Spanish flu, whether it was just a collective, oh dang it Joey, why you be stupid, or Susie just being like, you know what, everyone's going to expect me to go murder Allison so I can get my role back, but I'm going to be a little bit more creative than that. or some other theories. I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts. And since we're going to be getting the game in about 21 days, it's kind of fun to theorize and figure out, okay, who's our good guys? Who's our good guys? Who's crazy? Whose fault is this? Are we ever going to see what happened to Sammy? Are we going to know what happened to Wally? And will we actually get to see Boris without the effect of becoming the red shirt equivalent in Star Trek? So, I'd love to know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.